But man, I loved practice. You know what happened to me my freshman year? I wanted to wrestle. I kind of knew that, but I I went past the room and I think they were having like open mats. Something was going on. And when I was an eighth grader, we went to the school and they were having open mats or something. And I remember like looking in there and I said to my mom and dad, I'm like, you get to go and like naively, I'm like, hey, mom, dad, you go in this room and you fight each other to the death and you don't get in trouble for it. Like you get to beat each other up. You don't, nothing happens to you. And they were like, that's that wrestling thing. I'm like, well, that's what I want to do next year. I'm like, you get to beat the crap out of each other and it's okay. So I loved practice. I love practice as a coach. Like people love matches. I didn't care for matches. Matches to me were the cult was is the culmination of what you did for those 2 hours, how you planned, how you practiced, what you got out of it, how you found whatever that kid's see wrestling is great. I start getting excited because you know I I get to find a kid who I get to find exactly what he loves to do for me, right? And I let him practice that over and over again, and he thinks that's fun. Say he likes the duck under guy. Some coaches they're real militant in their practices. These are the only things you can do. Let's take your brother. Let's take Jimmy. Do you imagine if I'm telling Jimmy you're not allowed to scramble, right? You're not allowed to roll. You're not
Then you
allowed
would
to
be Dave Kirk.
yeah, you're not allowed to get your butt up in the air and get your head under his leg and to roll because now I'm taking away Jim's power because there's joy in his face when he does that. And I know the most dangerous part about him is when I let him go and do that. See, but as a coach, Jimmy and we need to practice that, right? We need to practice that because my job is to get the most out of Jim. And I know to do that is to let him almost to be like artistic in a sense, to let him open up and do the things in wrestling that gives him joy. And I know that gives him joy because he loves that to scramble on my butt, on it, my head's up, your head's up, and then he comes up on top. And like, crap. Okay. Right? I know that. So I loved practice as a wrestler for me because my coaches would let me do my favorite hold, but I loved being able to coach because you could see the joy on the kids because we would always do, all right, drill your favorite hold on your feet first, right? So you're getting your thing. And now we would say drill a high C. Now you might get to drill a high C twice because that's your favorite hold. And I say drill a high C, right? And then we're going to go single, double. But my guys always got the chance to express and to refine what they were good at. So I love practice personally. I love practice as a coach because I love all those things. And then top bottom, same thing. You're talking about hit your fit. Why am I going to make you, right? Why am I going to make you do what I think is absolutely the best? Right? Because then I'm taking away from you. You're 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 6 feet tall, and I'm not telling you to cradle anybody, right? Or you're 5 foot tall and you're heavyweight, and I'm not telling you anybody to duck anybody or to throw a half. Like that never made any sense to me, right? So I loved practice, and I don't know if kids loved it, hated it because of cutting weight, or they didn't find something that they found that they were so passionate about to do in practice. You know what I mean? Like, man, I get to do this and I love it. That's joy to me. I experience joy as a wrestler and as a coach, those things, because I see the joy on the kids' faces when they get to do what they want, and they imagine doing something that you're good at over and over and over again. That's pretty cool, right? That's a pretty cool thing. You want to be a part of that sport, whatever it is, that repetition of skill. So I'm like you. I loved it. I couldn't wait. Whatever it was, I'm like, can't wait to get there. This is the best thing ever. Awesome. Awesome. And a lot of people don't have that passion. I
Yeah.
think the kids do now more though. I think they do more. Like I do agree with you that, they're not just doing it to do it because you can't do it to do it anymore. You got to be in it.
Yeah.
You can't just pick it up. So.
Coach, you talk